Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a little get ready with me, and I'm going to show you what I got in my Sephora haul and apply some new products and just have a little chat. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Alright, so what I'm going to be trying today, probably not everything from my Sephora haul, but I'll try to incorporate most things. I've been sitting on this box for over a week now. I've had a lot of work to do, so I just haven't gotten around to filming a video. So I'm finally glad I have some time to do so. So I bought an assortment of things from Sephora, just kind of things I've been wanting to get. They aren't necessarily all new products. Actually, I think the majority of them are not new releases, but I wanted to try them anyway. So yeah, I'll try to get through most of the stuff. I can't promise I'll get through everything, but I just wanted to show you what I picked up. And it's the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. This is the first one. This is my first purchase from this brand. And I've done a couple swatches and they're super buttery. So I am really excited to show you some swatches and try this out on my eyes. I was really surprised by how soft these went on my skin, so I hope they go on my eyes just as well. I've heard a lot of good things about this. Kind of wanted to venture into a new brand. I also got a couple Sephora Collection items. I got 2 different lashes. These were $5 plus I got 20% off. So very, very cheap, and I've used their lashes before. These are just normal ones, I'll say. This is the lash glue. This is House of Lashes. And we'll see how this works. It's kind of that iridescent white kind of glue. I've never used the black glue. I've heard it's good, but I'm a little afraid. I also got the Koh Gen Do natural lighting powder. This comes in one color, I believe. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit glowy. I'm hoping it's not overly glowy because I'm already shiny. But heard good things about it. Doesn't come with a lot of product like my Laura Mercier, but I wanted to have a different powder, an alternative to have around. I also got the very famous Charlotte Tilbury. This is the airbrush flawless finish powder. And I'm hoping this provides a little bit of coverage. I have a blurring powder from Chantecaille already, but I heard this is just so smooth and refined that I also wanted to have this one. And look at this packaging. It's like a beautiful rose gold pebble. What else? I got the Benefit Cookie Highlighter that everyone loves so much. I did a few swatches, of course, and it is really pretty. It's pretty on the skin. I guess it's not as blinding as I thought it would be, but I haven't applied it on my face yet, so it might be a different story. What else? Oh, I got a new Fenty cream blush. This was way smaller than I thought it was going to be. I do think the cream bronzers are a lot bigger though. And I got Petal Poppin. So this is a different color of blush for me. It's a lot more pinky, peachy color, so I'm hoping it works. Yeah, I haven't tried it on my face. It looks pretty. Yeah, I'm going to try to do some more cream products today. I know we're getting into warmer months. It's already warm where I live. But cream products don't always work for me because I'm already oily combo, so they don't tend to stick around. But I'm willing to try. What else? I also have a Fenty gloss bomb, and this is the fussy one. And it's really nice. It's sparkly. It's really pretty and flattering shade. I have never tried her glosses before, so I wanted to pick up one of those. I also got a Sephora Collection. This is the Rouge Gel Lip Liner in Rosewood. Yes. I thought it would be a little bit more rosy, but it's pretty dark brown, so it's interesting. I don't hate it, it's just dark for me. What else? I got the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow, the Fine Mist. This really does smell like watermelon, so it's very, very nice. It is really fine, so I do feel like you have to spray a lot. So I think that's probably why people go through this so quickly, even though... So I was thinking about getting the Tatcha mist, but there's so little product in it for like $50 something that I went with this one because it has more product and it's like a lot cheaper. And I know people like it, so I don't know, Tatcha. It's not, they don't have good value for your money. Now I do have a Tatcha primer. That's the only Tatcha product I have, but at least it's 1 ounce. I don't even think the mist was 1 ounce. I have to go back and look, but yeah. Interesting, right? What else? I think I have a couple more things. Little minis. I got some new eye primer. This is the Anastasia one. This is the mini. I wanted to try a new eye primer. I heard this was good, except people have a hard time with the shade range, which I totally get. This is the Lancome mascara, like eyelash primer. I want to do better about my eyelashes and make them look longer even with mascara, so I'm hoping this helps. It's an extra step, so we'll see if I continue with it, but I just wanted to try it. Oh, I almost forgot, I got a new Pat McGrath lipstick. So the reason I didn't get this on the Pat McGrath site is because it was out of stock, but they had it at Sephora. So I still got 20% off. This is the Luxetrance Realness lipstick. And it looks, like a beautiful nude. It's a little bit dark, but when you look at it, but it's actually really pretty on, like prettier than I thought it would be. So I'm really happy with that one. And then I think that's it. I got a foundation sample that I'll be using today, and this is the Yves Saint Laurent All Hours Foundation. Has sunscreen in it, 24-hour wear, flawless matte, full coverage. So the shades they give you are pretty limited. I may have to mix these two or just kind of look at them and see what I think is gonna work. So yeah, that's the products that I got from Sephora, and let's see how this goes. My first get ready with me. So my shirt today says coffee. I really like coffee. I would like to have it, every morning, and I usually do, but I can only handle like 1 cup. I usually make an like a latte, like espresso and, the foam milk. And that's all I drink. If I try to have coffee like in the afternoon or like, something from Starbucks that's sweet and it has a lot of caffeine, like a regular like iced coffee or something with coffee and milk, and it's like really strong, I will start to feel nauseous. So I'm pretty caffeine sensitive. I can't go overboard. But I thought the shirt was pretty cute. And it is really warm today. It's kind of been warm all week. So I've had to have the air conditioning on. I live on the West Coast. That's about as detailed as I'll go. And the reason why is because I wanted to do this channel just kind of, not anonymously, but I don't want people I know to know about it. If they discover me, great. Like, hey, I know that girl, but I just want to do my own thing without making people feel like they have to follow me even though they're not into beauty products. So I just kind of wanted to start this channel from the ground up. Not telling anybody about it that I know, because I just want them to find me organically. So that means, like, I'm not going to talk about my personal, private life too much. Like, I don't want to tell you what I do for a living. I don't really want to tell you exactly where I live, but you can tell I live in a warm climate. I'm on the West Coast. You know, take from that what you will. I'm just going to put on some of the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer just so we can get started. I can already tell it's probably going to be a long video. But yeah, like, I don't want people, like, to know what I do. I just kind of want this, like, a separate compartment in my life, this YouTube channel. I don't really want to talk about what I do for my job, and I don't want people from my job to know that I do YouTube, because I feel like even though you shouldn't be judged by it, you will be. And I don't want people to, like, search for me by where I live, because that can be easier than you think, especially if you don't live in a big city, so, which I don't. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. As far as, like, why I named my channel Beauty Junkie and why I go by Beauty Junkie, again, I don't want to tell you my name. I just want to talk about beauty and focus on that. I'm obviously open to engaging with people and talking about things and offering advice and whatnot and getting advice from you guys, of course. But I don't want to go, like, beyond that. I don't want you to know my whole life history. I don't know. Like, if you guys were to start a channel, like, how much would you reveal? How much would you share? I'm just curious. Would you share everything? I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll get there. I'm just not ready for that yet. Anyway, I'm going to open up this little foundation card sample. I have to say, I like these samples. They are pretty cool. Although sometimes I feel like concealers especially, they're a lot stiffer and harder than what the real product is like. So I'm going to pick up as much product as I can. Ooh, this smells. It smells good. It kind of smells like a sunscreen, somewhat florally. I'm not too surprised that it's fragrance, being it's a kind of luxury brand. This is giving me some coverage. I pretty much scooped out all of the sample. I'm glad I'm using a sponge and not my fingers. This reminds me, the smell, it reminds me of the Skintimate shaving gel, like that shaving mousse gel for your legs that have, like, all those different scents. This is exactly what that smells like. Anyways, back to why I picked Beauty Junkie. I just kind of wanted a pseudonym, didn't want to use my name. Don't want people to look me up, try to find me. Not that I am going to become, you know, popular on YouTube, but in the event that I do, I like to, you know, keep my professional life separate, and I know that YouTube can sometimes blur into that just because people are unpredictable and you don't know what they're going to do. You know, hopefully that wouldn't happen. I'm just a little paranoid. Concealer. So believe it or not, this is like my second time ever using Tarte Shape Tape. Crazy, right? I'm just going to use a little bit. I have been, these breakouts have gotten better down here, but I've definitely, my skin has gone a little crazy with this quarantine. Not in a good way. What I've noticed about this Shape Tape is it dries down pretty fast, so you have to move pretty quickly. It is a drier concealer. So this is 20B Light. And you can see like I have some brightening going on, but it's not like a crazy amount different than my foundation shade. I think I could have gone maybe a little bit darker just because I don't want too bright and I like to use this all over. I'm not at my normal like setup, so I just have this like little table in front of the window, so it's hard for me to see everything I'm doing. So I want to make sure I apply all my cream products before I pile on powder, and sometimes I forget to do that. I don't know if you guys ever forget to put on your creams before your powders, but that can kind of be a big mistake that you really can't go back to, but we're going to try our best. So I'm going to, even though I got a new highlighter, I like to layer highlighter, so I'm going to put this liquid one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the lightest shade, number 1 Fair. And this has a nice applicator. And I'm just going to slide it across the upper part of my cheekbones. So I am getting ready for you today, even though I'm going nowhere. During the week, I am just at home working, hanging out, not going outside at all really, unless I need to do laundry or get the mail. I'm not even like going out for walks because my neighborhood's a little bit crowded and I don't feel super safe walking in this neighborhood. Like if I wanted to go for a walk, I would go drive to a nice park rather than my neighborhood. Just being real. So I'm going to use a cream. So this is a contour color. This is the Fenty like Matchstick. I've had theirs for a while, and they have this in shades that are more bronzy like, but this color is a cool tone kind of brown color in amber. So I'm just going to do a little bit of contour, and it's cream, and I like it. I like it better than the Kevin Aquan cream that he has for contour. I just don't use this that much. I think I put this a little low. But I'm going to blend it out with a brush the best I can without disturbing the foundation. And this is a Delium Tools 966 Duo Fiber Face Shading. I also use this brush to apply my masks, skin masks, because it's like synthetic. It's good for liquid cream products. So I'm just going to blend up. I think it's a nice subtle like contour, and it's pretty fast when you have the stick. it doesn't, like if you need like to have a brush in my opinion, because it doesn't blend out well with your fingers, gets a little patchy patch. So I am Beauty Junkie. I would have preferred to have it be spelled a little more normally, but that one was already taken, so I'm spelled Beauty Junkie, although I'm not going to say it like that. Although some of you probably will, that's fine. That's not really what I wanted, but I think it kind of describes who I am. As my pseudonym, I've always been into makeup, hair care, skincare, body care, all that stuff. And I buy way too much of it, and I don't know I will ever grow out of it. My family thought I would, but I haven't. I still haven't. I'm 32. I still haven't grown out of it. So this is a new Fenty cream blush. It's called, so I guess it's called Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush, and this is in shade 2, Petal Poppin. So I think I could have used like a couple of shades from here, but I just wanted to try the one because it's new to me and I'm not that brave. So to me this could be like a nice like lip color. So I'm just gonna put it on. Boy. This is like a nice summer peachy pinky shade. The other thing I don't love about creams, I think it gives a really pretty finish temporarily. It doesn't last on me, it usually disappears. But you have to use your fingers usually to blend. To me, like the synthetic brushes out there just don't do a great job of blending cream products without disturbing the makeup you have on underneath. Unless you guys know of some tools or brushes that help you apply like bronzer or blush like really smoothly, so I don't have to use my fingers. If you guys know of any good products for this type of formula, let me know down in the comments. I think the fingers are, they're free, they're cheap. I think that's a really pretty natural color. I like it. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm sure some of you have already tried this. Let me know if you like it or not. I was surprised how small it is. I guess I don't always read how much comes in a product. I usually do though. It says 3 grams, 0.10 ounces. So not a whole lot. Yeah. It's alright. I mean, I like it. I think it'll be good for summer. I just want a fresh face. The bad thing about summer for me is like I get really oily, sweaty, hot. My skin gets redder. My skin warms up. And I want a powder, but it just doesn't look good when you have dewiness out the wazoo underneath. So sometimes you just have to put up with the shine and glow in the summer and just let things be. So I think if I wanted to let things be, cream products would be the way to go. But this is really, really pretty. I am going to do a loose powder over it though. But before I do that, I want to spray a little perfume. I wanted to do this in the beginning, but we're going way out of order with everything. So I have a little sample of Tom Ford. This is Oud Wood. This is an interesting scent. I think it's not as woody or musky as I want it to be. So I wouldn't buy the full size, but I'm trying it. I'm wearing it. It gets better as the alcohol wears off. It's definitely masculine, nice. I like different kind of scents. Like I like a nice florally, like I have the Beach Walk, like baby powder scent that a lot of people like. I have that one. I almost regret getting like such a big size of it though, because I don't want that much of it every day. So I have a lot of other smaller scents that I've been using that I think are a little more me. But this one's nice. It's just not my favorite scent. I want it to be more woody than it is. But I think he has different versions of it. Alright, we're going to do the new powder. This is the Koh Gen Do Natural Finishing Powder. It comes with this little poof. And it's really soft, really thick. It's pretty nice actually. I don't think I'm going to use it because I have my brushes here. This looks like it might be a little bit dark for me, but they don't really have shades, unfortunately. We're gonna see how this goes. I didn't really think about that when I bought it. I thought it was kind of like a universal shade, I guess. How am I supposed to get the product out? Do you guys know? Okay, so maybe I will use the puff just because that's what the directions tell you to do. So you place the puff and turn the container upside down to transfer the powder. Fold the puff in half, rub lightly and apply to entire face. Lightly press the puff onto the T-zone to control shine. Alright, here goes nothing. So we're just going to put this upside down, fold it, and then press it in. I've seen this technique done before. Oh, so not that much comes out. So this would probably work. I think I'm going to have to use a lot. I think this is going to get a little bit dirty. I think this really controls the amount of product so you don't apply too much. So for me, as a natural over applier of all things, this will probably minimize how much powder I actually use while still mattifying and setting my face. So let's push it into the T-zone. So I heard about this product from Michelle Wong. I wonder if she applies it like this. I'm going to try my best to set this blush because I'm worrying about it disappearing. I'm sure some of you are like, wow, she's applying a lot. Well, I get shiny. Alright, that feels nice. It doesn't feel completely mattified, but that's okay. I'm not noticing a whole lot of glow. I thought it'd be a little more glowy, but I didn't, even though it looked like I applied a lot, it's just like actually less than I normally would apply. But I'm not. But this seems to be a lot, you know, it's not glowy, it's not shimmery, which I prefer. I thought it kind of looks like it might be, but it's really not. So I'm glad for that. So if you're wondering about the ingredients in this powder, it does have talc, silk powder, sodium hyaluronate, phenoxyethanol, zinc, myristate, mica, titanium dioxide, iron oxides. It says it's for high definition makeup, no for artificial colors, fragrance, petroleum-based mineral oil, or paraben. I'll tell you what I had for, well, not related to beauty. I'll tell you what I had for lunch today. And I definitely recommend you pick it up. This is basically a ramen packet, except this is way better. This is a Tom Yum ramen soup packet. It's from the brand My Kuali, Kuali, and this is the Penang Red Tom Yum Gong, and that means shrimp. So basically this packet is just ramen noodles, and it has a flavor packet, which is like a dark brown oil that you put into the water and let it boil, and then you put the noodles in. So there's none of the stuff in the picture, like there's no actual shrimp or veggies or limes or anything like that. You of course could add it, but it's just noodles and paste. It tastes really good. It is spicy, but if you wanted to just dilute it, you could just put a lot of water, and that would dilute sort of that flavor packet, or you just put less of the flavor packet in. But I figure, you know, some of you may be wanting to save money. This is a good lunchtime meal. I think if your kids love spicy stuff, they'll like it. I actually had the real thing in Thailand a couple years ago. It was so good and so memorable. So when I went to the Asian supermarket where I live, they had this and I wanted to try it, and it is, I think, a very popular one. They have a lot of different ramens there, and this is a popular one. So it comes, I think, in a pack, and I think it's around $10, $12. But it's way better than like most of the ramen noodles you see in like the American grocery stores. This one's really, really tasty. So I recommend that. I think they have a white one. So this is red. They have white. I think it's not as spicy, but if you like spicy, that's a good one. Of course, you could add, you know, whatever you wanted to it, vegetable, shrimp. But it's a good snack. I also like to put a slice of like American crappy cheese on top of it. If you've never put American plastic cheese on top of ramen, you are missing out. It is so good. So put a slice of cheese, get the Kraft singles, put it on there, and mix it all up. You could put an egg in there if you have a soft-boiled, parboiled egg. That would be good. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury, the airbrush flawless finish. Ooh, bugs in here. I think this will be a good on-the-go powder, like travel powder. Just have to bring a little brush with me. Like, I like my blurring powder, but this actually gives you a little bit of coverage. Not a lot, but it definitely, it doesn't just mattify, and sometimes I want more than just blotting. So I like that one so far. Because I Don't have a lot of blush and I just want a little bit of warmth. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. This is not new from the Sephora sale, but it's pretty new to me. I got it recently with all the other store sales that have been going on. This is the Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in Terra. And I'm using the Sonia G and No Shige Pro. And we're just going to warm this up. So yeah, about me, I like Asian food a lot. I like to travel. I would like to go back to Southeast Asia. When I went to Thailand, thinking back on it, I wasn't there long enough. I was only there 8 days, and my boyfriend and I and a couple friends, we also went to Cambodia, Siem Reap, and then we stopped for a long layover in Tokyo. But we went all over Thailand, we flew around, just wasn't enough time. But I liked it. I got sick because it was really hot and I was eating a lot of crazy stuff. But I still had a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. They're really nice people there. You don't have to speak the language. I certainly don't. So don't be afraid to go. If you don't have anyone to go with, I would go with like a travel group, just because I think you'll be more comfortable. But if you're already used to traveling alone, I don't think Thailand is a place that you need to necessarily worry about traveling alone. I just think you might be a little more comfortable if you've never done that to go with a group, just because it can be a little bit intimidating. You have to be careful about traffic there. They drive a little crazy, especially in Bangkok. Might get run over. But it's a lot of fun. I went in the winter time and it was crazy hot and people were wearing sweaters because that was their winter. That amazed me. Yeah. So now we got a little bit of warmth back into my face. Let's get into the very fun step of brows. I haven't gone really anywhere, obviously, internationally recently. The last couple trips I've gone on have been domestic within the United States. I went to Disney World in February, and that's the last time I went on a plane. And even then, I was a little worried about going because of all this stuff happening. And it wasn't like a thing then, but I had been kind of warned about it from my family, who's like super paranoid about all this stuff. They were already stocking up back in January and February to get ready for this thing. And so, yeah. I was nervous to go just because there's a lot of people at Disney World and now they're all shut down. But I don't think I got it. Thankfully, I hope I don't get it. But Disney World was fun. I hadn't been there in over a decade. It was just exhausting and very crowded. You really have to know what you're doing and plan if you want to be on certain rides, and whoever you go with, you have to agree on the same rides, otherwise you're going to be waiting in line for a long time by yourself or whoever. So go with a group. Maybe you won't be waiting by yourself, but it's crazy how Disneyland, I haven't gone in years, so you guys probably already know this, but it's crazy how you have to like plan your rides like months in advance to like get the fast pass, which helps you skip the line. And and it's no longer like, oh, I'll just get a fast pass the day of. Like all the popular rides, all those fast passes are gone, and those were gone like weeks, months ago. So you really have to plan, and I didn't do that. I mean, my boyfriend and I don't usually plan out that many months ahead of any trip, even if it's an international. But for stuff like that, like you do have, I recommend planning. We didn't do the new Star Wars. We didn't even go to that park because there wasn't a lot there besides Star Wars. And to get on the new ride, you have to arrive to the gates, the entrance of the park, like hours before it even opened, just to get a call time to come back to and get on the ride. It's insane. Like, it's just not normal. And it's not worth it. Like, as an adult, to me, it's not worth it. I mean, if someone really wanted to do it, I would probably do it, but I would only want to get there like an hour maybe before I open, but 2 hours before, that's just a lot of time sitting around. And, you know, when you have limited time on a vacation, you know, you do really want to spend your time waiting. I do not. So I was just using the Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel in Taupe, and it has been my go-to product for my eyebrows ever since I've received it. It's just really nice. It does everything I need it to do, volume-wise, fill in, darken, and helps everything stay in place. So it's a really great all-in-one brow product, and the colors are good. I recommend it. I do like a little touch up with the Benefit brow defining pencil. What is this called? Precisely My Brow Pencil. Alright, so we're progressing. I'm going to put on this new eye primer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Sorry for the leaf blower. Every time I film, there's a leaf blower in the background. So I'm just gonna apply this, and you can hear the leaf blower. I did not know it was like this. Okay. Weird. Oh wow, that is light. Um, this is an interesting product. I think I applied way too much. Because I imagine this is supposed to be tacky and not like fully blended in, topped out. So I think because this is, yeah, I just applied way too much. I'm just not used to this. Like, I don't need this. Like, I applied too much. What's the best way to use this product? I imagine applying it with a brush because it's so liquidy. I thought it was gonna be like a little concealer applicator, doe foot. But it just pours out. Little hesitant to get this because it's not super exciting in my opinion. There's a lot of like basic colors in here, but I don't have like a ton of duplicates of basic colors, and I don't necessarily have all of these shades, like, so I don't mind having like an expanded matte shade range on the top row. I certainly don't have these colors like at all. I have a lot of purples, but I don't have this color. These I could probably find something similar to. I have a lot of neutral shimmers. But these are all really pretty and they were really smooth to swatch, and I'm going to swatch them for you right now. And hopefully my primer on my eyelid works out. If it doesn't, like if this eyeshadow looks patchy, I'm going to blame it on my application of the primer. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go through the top row first, across, and hazelnut. Oh, that's so pretty. These are just really smooth. I wonder if these dry out quickly because they're so smooth and creamy. That is caramel. Really nice. This is vanilla creme. It's kind of a yellow toned white, off-white color. Kind of a warm toned white, which matches well with the colors in this palette. And we have mocha. Just a nice deep brown that is warm toned. I feel like these are a bit of a staining colors. Then we have pumpkin spice, which I wish was up here, but it's down here. A little bit orange, more orangey, which fits the name. So that's the top row. And now for the bottom row, we're gonna do the other arm. We're gonna do, yeah, this is a bit of a grittier formula because it's shimmery, but it is really pretty. And then macchiato. I really like that color. And then creme brulee. Another shimmer, but more warm toned. And that's it for the shimmers. So what I like about this palette, it's majority matte, except for those three I just swatched. Sorry, I'm not good at swatching with pinky, so I only have 3 fingers to use here. I'm going to go into this blue shade. It's called Cold Brew. Well, it was good at first. I think that might be a little bit patchy, but it's always different on your eye anyway. And then we're going to do the purple shade in double shot. Well, that looks patchy too. It's probably just me, guys. So, that's all the colors. We have our mattes and then some shimmers and colors. That is the Latte palette. Very, very pretty. A lot of good basics and then 2 fun mattes. I think I'm gonna try to dip into a lot of different things and use at least one of those colors and some shimmers. I actually think this is a really good beginner palette. Even if people that aren't into makeup, I think this is a good beginner palette. It is it's not the cheapest palette, But nowadays I think I'd call it a mid-range price palette, to be honest. Just because of how expensive everything is. So my mom is like in her 70s. And she, you know, she gets her hair done. She does makeup, even though she's mostly home now, not working. But she still, you know, wants to do her hair and all that stuff. And she doesn't like to wear shimmer on her eyes or anywhere, which I understand. It's harder to do that when you have sort of like a not smooth eyelid anymore. So I got her a palette that's all matte. Just a lot of different shades of matte, and I would never use it or buy it just because it's not my thing. But she loved it because they were colors she would actually use, and she said, I don't see a lot of palettes with those colors. Those are my colors. And I think it's called the Toasted palette. It's like the Tarte one that's all mattes and just very like basic shades, neutral shades. I also recommend that one for if you have like, you need to give a gift to somebody that's a little bit older, that doesn't like crazy colors at all on their eyes, just really natural shades. I recommend that one. But this one's a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to go in with vanilla cream just to start things off and just kind of get a feel for the formula on my eye. So when I started out doing makeup on myself, I didn't have anybody teach me. My mom didn't teach me. I learned from magazines. I started putting it on before she wanted me to wear makeup. And I was just putting on her makeup and my sister's stuff, my older sister's stuff. I don't think I asked my mom to teach me, to be fair. But I just studied all the magazines to learn how to do it, and I just learned trial by error. So I had a lot of makeup mistakes. But when I was in high school, like, I just went really heavy with the eye makeup, and I made myself look way older than I was. And looking back on it, it wasn't a good look. But whatever, you know. It is what it is. Can't go back now, but you know, I also wanted my hair to be straight every day. I just wanted to do it all up, be glamorous, have all the eyeshadow, the brown eyeshadow, the way too dark eyeshadow on during the day. You know, that's what I did. I don't mind this yellow color. It's not my favorite, but we're gonna live with it. I think I'm gonna do caramel next. It's like that lighter brown shade. And we're gonna go into the crease to see what this looks like. It's definitely, eyeshadow gets picked up really easily. But yeah. Do not need a lot of product for this eyeshadow to show up. But yeah, I think as I got older, I didn't necessarily wear less makeup, I just wore things differently. I don't really know how I did my eyeshadow in college. I definitely wore makeup every day, especially going to class. Like, I wear like a tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier, and I think I did at least some mascara. But yeah, like, I tried to like look nice and presentable in college, and then graduate school I don't know, like in college I wasn't buying a whole lot of makeup. I was definitely buying more than I was before that. But I wasn't buying like a lot of eyeshadow in college. I don't remember that. I just remember buying like complexion stuff, um, kind of continuing what I did in high school. And I remember like even after that, when I went to graduate school and started working, like I didn't have a lot of new eyeshadow makeup. Everything I had was old. I always felt like I had a lot, but it was just very old, and I didn't have a lot of palettes that had basic colors in it, basic mattes. Like I was just missing a lot of stuff that probably most people have. Like I had a lot of random fun colors for my eyes, but I didn't have like a proper makeup wardrobe, which I found to be a crazy revelation a couple years ago. So then I just kind of started buying makeup a little more strategically and like, what do I actually need in my collection? What am I missing? I do remember though very distinctly that I was using like highlighter, liquid highlighter from Benefit way before highlighter was a thing, and I was filling in my brows before that was a thing just because I didn't have any. I'm going to use hazelnut just to further define this area. So, you know, I've been into beauty a long time. I just think like my purchases in the past were rather random. I wasn't really watching YouTube at all. I didn't start getting into YouTube till late in life, like a couple years ago. Not really in when I was younger and in my early 20s or mid 20s, like later 20s when I got into YouTube. So I wasn't like inspired to buy a whole lot of things, and if I was buying stuff, it was like, oh, that looks cool. I wasn't really reading reviews, and now I just approach things so differently with YouTube. Now I'm like, okay, is this any good? I'm gonna see what people think about it, and I'm gonna look up their video on it. So that's kind of how I approach things now. So I'm like my purchases are still heavily influenced by YouTubers, of course. And, you know, I'll buy some random stuff here and there. But, like, if someone's that I respect's opinion doesn't like something, I will be, like, hesitant to get it. I don't know if you guys feel that way, too. But for things that, like, people don't review and you want to get, or it's something completely new, I don't know about you guys, but I will oftentimes like wait to see if it's any good before I buy it, just because I'm a little more thrifty like that. Like I don't want to waste my money on a crap product. But now that I have my own channel, I'm probably gonna have to take a little more risks for you guys, so you guys know what's good and what's not. So I'm not always probably going to be the person that's like fastest to put up a review of the newest thing, because I'm probably not going to jump to expedite my shipping to like the next day just so I could film a video. It's not going to happen. And I've always been that way, and I probably will continue to be that way just because I still have a job, but I'm not sure like what's going to happen with it. You know, I'm trying to save money now that even with all these sales, it's been hard, but I'm just not sure of the future and, you know, what impact that's going to be on my paycheck. So I don't want expedited shipping to be on top of the list for this channel. Sorry, guys. This is really, really pretty. These are really warm shades. I think I've always enjoyed warm shades, but It's funny because many years ago I never used to wear warm colors, and I don't think a lot of people did, but now it's like all the rage. You gotta wear warm colors. I think it's just, it's so funny how makeup has morphed and changed people's perceptions about what they can and cannot wear on their eyes. I think it's just, it's amazing. I think I'm gonna do blue. We're gonna go for it. Just cold brew. I like the quality of these eyeshadows. They are really nice. That is pretty though. This is a different color for me. I think that warm brown and the blue are a nice combination. So not the easiest shade to blend. It's a little bit dry. But I think it's still pretty. It also could have to do with the primer. So this is just first impressions. Not my like final opinion on the colors. But yeah, I mean, my lids are pretty dry. Have to be careful with that primer application. So I'm using just a mix of Sonia G and Rephr brushes and Wayne Goss. If you want to know the details of like all my brushes, I should do like a whole brush video. I have a brush cleaning video, but not like a whole brush collection video. But I don't know how many people at this point care about what brushes I use on my channel. Just because I'm so new. But eventually I want to do that. Got a lot of ideas brewing about what videos I should be doing. I'm really like, this blue's a little memorizing with the, like the warm brown color with it. I think I messed up with this primer, but I think it still looks pretty good. I might do some purple just for fun on the under eye, and I think I want to do an outline with caramel, just go over that same area. Brushes, and this is Rephr number 3. I recommend this for the under eye. So I'm going to go into double shot. So I have certainly enjoyed working from home. I've never worked from home like this long before. I've randomly worked from home like after work doing overtime, but I've been working from home like a good 2 months now. I'm thinking it's gonna be coming to an end soon. Not really sure what's gonna happen though, of course. I think I wanna do macchiato, like that cooler tone shimmer. Anyways, I'm just having a little bit of anxiety about going back and just kind of, you know, facing these important meetings. And I mean, this hasn't been a vacation, I've been working, but it's been more relaxing. So I started my channel. I started a little bit before the quarantine, but pretty much at the same time. And, you know, I like that I've been able to do this during the day, take a break, and then go back to work. Take advantage of the daylight has been really nice. I think it helps with my videos. Yeah, it's been good. I don't know when I will be comfortable getting back into the swing of things. I know a lot of us are anxious to not just get out back into the world, but back into a job. I think I could certainly, I think I'm going to leave things as is. I think I could certainly keep going with this look, but I think I like its simplicity. I'm going to add some mascara. But before I do that, I want to use my new mist. So the Watermelon Glow. It smells like real watermelons, not like artificial candy. So I feel like you have to hold this a lot closer than most sprays, but you have to spray more. It's just super fun. It smells really, really good though, but it does feel refreshing. I love a mist. I feel awkward about misting at work though. Oh shoot, I just realized I forgot highlighter. We're gonna do Cookie. This is the Benefit Super Sparkly Highlighter that everyone loves. Even though I misted my face, I'm gonna throw this on using my Refer 20 fan brush. I hate the packaging. I know a lot of people complain about it, but now I get it. This box packaging is pretty, like, how do you get in here? I know the product is gonna wear down like in the middle and not on the sides. Come on, Benefit, change your packaging. Alright, here we go. Oh wow. That's pretty blinding. Yeah, that's a strong highlight. That's really pretty though. I see why people like it. I think it's kind of a universally flattering shade too. It's not too silver, it's not too gold. It's really, really pretty. I don't know, maybe fair-skinned people may like it more than deeper, but I find it to be very nice. Alright, mascara. Oh no, I have a mascara. Almost forgot. I have the lash primer from Lancome. This is like the top favorite lash primer online at Sephora. So I thought I'd give it a go. I don't really know how you're supposed to use this. I think you're supposed to wait to let it dry and then put on mascara. I've used these before, I just don't remember the best way to apply it. I just have always had little short stubby lashes. And I don't really have an interest to get eyelash extensions because they're expensive. They're a maintenance thing that I don't enjoy stuff that requires maintenance. Like, I do my hair and that's it. I've done my nails and toes occasionally, but I like I like them when they're done, but I don't like making an appointment. I don't like sitting there while they're being done. I know, funny for a beauty junkie, right? I mean, I'd rather do my nails myself, but then they don't last, and so I get discouraged to do my nails. But I like the way they look. I think I love like the colors, the crazy colors. I like holographic nails. That is like so up my alley. But I don't like going in to do them. I have like a low maintenance hair, like I need to get it done, but I do balayage, I do highlights. I don't do like a look where I have to go in every 6 weeks because that's just not my style. I don't do waxing. I don't know what people do. I don't do my eyelashes. I'm also afraid my eyes would be irritated by gluing something to them. Yeah. Alright, I think, so the mascara I have is what I've been using. This isn't new. This is the Tarte Gifted, and the lower lash line we're doing MAC Gigablack. Extended Play Gigablack Lash. I think they're pretty much, they're tacky, but they're pretty much drawing, so I'm just gonna layer this on top and see how it goes. I like this look because although the blue came on really strong, I blended it out and made it more subdued for kind of everyday. I think it's an interesting everyday look. It's not totally your typical color combo, but it's not like super bold or in your face either. I didn't do an eyeliner. I think this primer helps a little bit, especially with volume. I think I could have applied this before this dried. Probably would have been easier. So part of the reason why I finally started this channel is because I'm always buying beauty products anyway, and I might as well have a place to talk about them, to share my thoughts, to hear from you guys, because I don't have anybody really in my life to talk about this stuff with regularly, and I probably should because I'm really into it. And I've been into it for a long time. I just don't talk about it with a lot of people. My boyfriend certainly doesn't want to hear about it. But, you know, I hear about his sports and stuff. I don't know. I just felt like I had something to offer. Like, I've had experience trying a lot of stuff. Not everything, but, you know, I've been around for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm buying this stuff anyway. I'm always about looking in, whenever I like go shopping or go to the drugstore, I'm always browsing for new stuff. I'm looking in the hair care aisle, I'm looking at skincare, I'm looking at makeup, and I'm looking for like popular products that people really like, trying to check them out, or I'm looking for new stuff. What I find interesting about drugstores now is like in the US, a lot of the drugstores have like specific brands to that store, even like Asian beauty brands that you can't find anywhere else. And they have like a certain brand at Walgreens, certain brand at CVS, which I find really cool. Like the Cream Shop, I don't know if it's Walgreens or CVS, but that is like exclusively there, and they have like skincare and Asian skincare there, which I just find really cool and interesting. And, you know, I was like driving around to different drugstores at one point, like looking for like the store with the best selection. So to me, like, oh, I could have filmed a video of that. Like, I'm already exploring beauty. I'm already doing this stuff. I'm already always doing research online. Of course, I'm like subscribed to Trend Mood, so I know like what new stuff's coming out. If you're not subscribed to Trend Mood, you should be. They are. It's an account on Instagram, and it just tells you about new releases. I believe there's one specifically on sales. If you want to know about sales, I just recommend subscribing with your email to know about brand sales. That's the best way that I know about things coming up. Subscribe to their Instagram so you know about that stuff, especially like Pat McGrath. She's known to do a lot of stuff exclusively on Instagram. So I really like this mascara. Well, I love this Get Ready With Me. Like, I don't feel like applying lashes and like getting them dirty just for this look, and especially because I'm not going anywhere. I'm so sorry. I wish I was like more motivated to like do all this right now, but I just kind of struggle with it on camera, so I'd likely have to shut off the camera to do this so you don't hear me curse and get upset. So we're gonna do the lips, and I'm gonna do this new Sephora Collection liner in rosewood. As I said before, this is really dark, but we're gonna go with it anyway. It applies like really quickly, like it just shows up. Like a lot of drier ones, they take a while to show up. I am not the best at lip liner, like, to be honest, I am a lip gloss gal first and foremost, not a full-on lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss person. I find lipstick to be a little high maintenance to keep up, especially with the lip liner with it. I touch my face throughout the day, and I'm not like looking at what I'm doing, so I don't like to get lipstick all over my face, so that's pretty much the reason why I don't wear it, but I know it looks good. Especially I have naturally light colored lips. I can look kind of washed out with nothing on. So I certainly have grown to appreciate like lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss. It's just not my go-to. I know you're supposed to like blend this in. That's what all the cool kids are doing. So this is my new Pat McGrath in Realness. This is the Luxetrance formula. It's not the matte one. And I have been very surprised by this color. It's definitely more of a rosy brown, and I usually don't. I like a little more color to it and not some nude. Like, this is a little bit of a dark nude color, not typically what I like, but I do like the shade. Like, I think it works. Even with the like dark lip liner. Alright guys, now that all the lipstick is off my teeth, another thing I worry about with lipstick, I'm going to put on the gloss. So this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. I'm just going to go over the top. I think my favorite part about this is the smell. It smells like candy. Like a fruity taste scent. I don't know that you can fully like appreciate it on top of this lipstick. But it has little sparkles in it. There we go. I think you could see it with like a lip liner and nothing else, but it's a nice gloss. It has a nice texture. I can see why people love it. But that is the final look. Now I am ready for my living room. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me and my Sephora haul, trying on a bunch of things. I think I pretty much tried most of my stuff except for the lashes, which I'll have to try some other time. I will definitely have to play with the eye primer. I think it made things a bit too drying on my lid because I applied too much. I really love the cookie highlighter, the cream blush. I'm gonna have to like play with like putting a right amount so that I can see it a little bit better. I'm really enjoying the powders I put on. I think they look really nice and natural, not too shimmery. And I love the eyeshadow palette. I think it's going to be just a great staple in my collection with all the matte shades. I love how many matte shades that come in here. Also, the shimmer is really nice. And I got to create kind of an interesting color combination, even though this is kind of like a more basic palette. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment below if you have any questions, concerns. Click like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.